Hey, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Amateur Dueling Dealers of Comic Art. Tonight, it's our 29th amateur bout with two newcomers to the arena squaring off for the very first time, collectors Dave Kopecki and Ben Bressel. For those new to the show, the format is simple. Structured like a prize fight, two original comic art sellers will compete for your hard-earned cash, presenting comic art for sale that is either new to the market or priced to sell. The seller with the most individual sales by the end of the show is crowned tonight's champion. During tonight's main event, there are 11 rounds of art for sale, with each seller bringing two artworks for sale per round. Artworks presented in rounds, well, we'll go the way it's written here on the slide. 1 through 2 is priced $600 or less. 3 through 4, $1,000 or less. Rounds 5 through 8 will have artworks priced at $3,000 or less, and anything goes in rounds 9 and 11. In rounds 1 through 8, each seller will be given 90 seconds per round, and in rounds 9 and 11, or 9, 10, and 11, my goodness, they'll have 2 minutes. Viewers are encouraged to be a part of the show by engaging in friendly conversation in the YouTube chat. And if you're watching on YouTube, please Hulk smash that like button, subscribe to this channel, and turn on notifications so that you never miss a single show on the Comic Art Live channel. To claim an artwork you want to purchase this evening, type your claim in the chat in the following format. Claim 1A-Dave or claim 5B-Ben. In other words, the word claim followed by the round number and the letter A or B, a dash, and then the seller's first name. Each time a seller presents an artwork for sale, the exact claim phrase will be on the screen just above the art description. Try to claim an artwork for sale during the seller's live round, but if you miss that window, you can claim the artwork at any time during the rest of the show. You'll be given one last chance at all unsold artwork during the recap, where the sellers are more open to wheel and deal if the duel is indeed a close one. Since this is the internet, there can be technical issues. When several people try to claim the same artwork at the same time, your browser may not order your chat in the same order that we see it here in the studio. Our view of the chat is ordered properly, and we will make the decision for whom has claimed the artwork. During a seller's live round, you may make an offer to them. However, the seller is not required to respond, reply, acknowledge, or accept your offer. Be courteous and only message sellers who are currently in their live spotlight. After the show is over, be sure to contact each seller if you've claimed any of their artworks. Let them know which artworks you claimed. Please include your mailing address and your YouTube or Facebook handle. Let's get ready to wheel and deal! Wow. But you didn't see that coming, did you, Dave?
No, I did not. That was interesting.
I didn't pay them any extra money, Dave.
That's good stuff.
No, well, we try to keep things as fun and interesting and different as we can with the intros. So I thought Dragonfire was something we haven't experienced yet. So now we all have.
Yeah.
That was really
but
well
now.
done.
Yeah, well, you had that crown on, Ben, and so everything, for me, we started thinking, what can we do with that? And certainly you guys did. The thing is, these guys did a lot of memes tonight, everybody. We've probably got 6 or 7 from each of these guys, and they're all fun and new, and I think we're going to have a great show this evening. So I'm trying to, here's a good question, because I was going to ask you that. Alberto's already jumping ahead, and he's asking questions before I even do. Do either Ben or Dave accept time payments, package deals, wires? Does Berkey have a chance? No. Well, let's just address the first questions. Time payments on stuff. What's your position on time payments with any people who might pick up some artwork tonight?
I personally wouldn't be here without time payments because I am not a collector with a lot of cash either. So I'm pretty understanding to that. Typically, what I tell people is up to 3 months for anything like 3 or 4 figures, up to 6 months for anything like 5 figures. That's also adjustable if need be, but generally you try to keep it where the money is still useful to you, not a little bit so long that it just trickles in and it doesn't do you any good. But yeah, definitely take payments. Package deals, yes. I'm sure Ben is also willing to wheel and deal. That's why we're here. So absolutely.
Yeah, I agree with Dave on everything he just said. And since I taught Dave about time payments, I think it's only fair that I also take.
Oh man,
It's a
yeah,
whole new world.
it is. It is. Also be fun. I mean, we haven't had two first timers together in a long time, so yeah, we don't accept crypto payments. I can pretty much guarantee you that, Carlos. And trades probably not something we'd encourage during a Dueling Dealers episode. Free shipping, Kirk Fredericks. I would imagine you both charge for shipping, and it's probably the standard fare as far as U.S. Versus international shipping goes. So, yes. All right. Well, we got to do the coin flip to figure out who gets to choose who goes first or second. As you guys know, we do that all the time. And I picked a really great picture. I don't know how I managed to get this one of you, Dave, but here, let's take a look at this. Look at that. Look at those eyes.
From one of the memes. My kids call it my angry dad eyes, and so I used a little of that in the memes.
Well, I'm not sure if it's angry dad that we're getting out of that one, but it's definitely you're piercing our soul with those eyes. So let's give it a flip and see what we get here. King Ben.
Oh, King Ben it is.
I will let Dave go first. I'd like to see how that goes.
Throw me under the bus. Go ahead.
100%. I get very few opportunities.
Well, at the end of the day, you're going to learn something from this, Ben. So it's a good idea to send Dave out to the Lions first here. So as you guys know, 2 pieces per round for everybody, and we start off with 90 seconds per round. So around the 45-second mark, we'll switch the artworks. And have fun. No illegal blocks and things. And I think one thing I will remind, because I don't think on all of the pieces I have the sizes written down on them on the slide. So the ones that I don't, if it's not 11 by 17, I just let you get, if you could let everybody know that it's smaller. There, see, you came prepared.
Oh, I'm very prepared.
What do you got, Dave? You got a tape measure too?
I got a tape measure. I got water bottles. I've even got an inventory list with descriptions of the art written out so that I can easily track if I write down any prices, change anything.
Man, all right, everybody. Ben's ready. Dave's ready. All right, and all right, well, we're ready. All right, well, let's see here. I got to get your first piece, and well, it's not even piece, right? The first two.
It's a 2-piece. Yeah.
You got a 2-piece first round, first item here. So let's take a look at it. Let's get going.
All right. So I've had these for a little while. This is the thing in Mr. Fantastic. It's a 14 by 20. I think it's acrylic painting from Francesco Chiampi, aka Asonia. He's an Italian artist that I guess he started painting around this time, but he was friends with Seth Fisher, who died tragically some years back. But basically, this is dedicated to Seth. It says, "To Seth, my best Godzilla." And then it's signed by F. Chiampi at the bottom. So image size is about 17 by 12 on that one. Second one is this gigantic 17 by 23 on wood panel. Power Girl by Milan Zabrowski. This one is just a really nice big oil painting. And I just love the way that she looks and the look on her face and everything. It's a very nice oil painting, basically. So for this one round, I'm doing 2. So you get 2 giant paintings for the price.
There you go. So 2 $5.50, and then you got this Dean Yeagle.
And then I've got this Dean Yeagle. So Mandy at the Beach, really nice standard colored piece, 11 by 14, colored pencil. The way he does, it's a little more tame than the usual nude one, so it's a little more appropriate to hang up or something. It's very frame worthy. And so I have that one here for $600.
Very, very nice. Everybody needs a Dean Yeagle in their collection, I think.
That's what I believe.
All right. So did you learn anything there, Ben? I mean, are you ready for your moment in the spotlight?
I also have a multiple page thing in this one. So I think maybe, years ago, Dave and I were basically the same collector. So I think that might just be continuing on.
That is true. That is true. I'll try to warn everybody when we have multiple pieces coming up, but there are quite a few of those throughout the show this evening. So All right. The Comic Art Boss wanted to make sure that you guys are both willing to ship outside of the U.S.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll ship anywhere. Yeah.
All right, very good. Question answered, Andrew. All right, well, let's see what we got here from Ben. And now the first piece, well, the second piece in round one is a multiple piece one. The first one's not. All right, here we go.
So this is my Burnout and Rainmaker, beautiful painting by Joe Chido. It is 13 by 17, so slightly bigger. I don't think it was published as a trading card, but it was made for a screensaver for a video game, is what I'm reading on the back here. It's a lovely, lovely piece. Joe is really coming into his own with all of the artwork and, color guides that he's been selling recently, which I picked up quite a few and are gaining momentum that I'm really enjoying. So that is that.
Well, we definitely don't offer enough of Joe's artwork on the show. I love it.
Yeah, he's fantastic.
Now this next one is a 5-piece lot for your 1B.
For my 1B, I have 5 Scott Clark Stormwatch, and I put Allegra in my description, but I think it's actually a Warblade piece and not an Allegra piece. So there's Stormwatch 7, a bunch of cool characters on it. Stormwatch 6, another bunch of cool characters on it from the early days of Image. And Wildstorm. Hopefully my Wildstorm friends are all on here from our group. Another cool piece, Stormwatch. This one is issue 6, page 16. And then another Stormwatch. Oh, sorry, this is Allegra. So I do have an Allegra piece. And then a Warblade piece. This all pencils.
5 artworks at 500 on that, right? Or it says 550. It says 2 different things. So I got a spreadsheet that says 5 and the other one says 550. But either way, we have an offer. Came in from Jason D'Ambrosio. Wow. See, now you were at 450 on the Chido piece, and Jason's offering you 300.
Jason, if you split the difference, it's a deal.
So 375 back to you, Jason.
375.
We appreciate the offer, of course.
Yeah, very much so. Thanks, Jason.
We'll let him ruminate on that for a little bit. All right, we made it through round one. Evening can, yeah. All right, so let me remove that. And I didn't miss anything else in there, right? Nope. Is there pencil and ink?
Didn't see anything.
Wanted to know. Probably on the Chido piece, but hard to say. It was fully painted.
The Chido piece, I don't see any pencils, but I imagine he did, but I can't see them under the paint.
All right, and he wants certainty that nobody painted the backgrounds on that. Only
it only says Chido on the front and only says Chido on the back.
Yeah, he doesn't do work with anybody else. That's all Chido.
All right, World of Wildstorm confirms it's all Joe. All right, well, think about that counter offer there, Jason, and we're going to switch back to Dave. And all right, let's get round 2 going here. And let's see here. I'll get this up here. Sorry, there's a lot of art in my queue tonight. Here we go.
So first we have Scott McDaniel. This is my Scott McDaniel round, actually. So that's the theme of this round. So this is Amazing Spider-Man Annual 26, page 28, from Scott McDaniel and Keith Williams. From a crossover with the New Warriors, this page features Spider-Man and Namorita fighting the big bad guy. So it's just a fun action page from Amazing Spider-Man Annual 26. So classic 90s Spider-Man is hard to come across. So I have a bunch of these pages. I figured I'd throw one up and see if anybody was interested in that. So got some 90s Spider-Man there, especially really great panel there of him just leaping through and everything. So nice piece. Page number 2 is Scott McDaniel Superman Splash. So this one is Countdown Arena number 2, page 1 splash by Scott McDaniel and Andy Owens. The description went from the auction. I got it in a dramatic splash page. Superman rallies heroes from diverse realities to rebel against the captor monarch in a multiverse spanning call to arms in this scene from the spin-off series to DC's Countdown event. So it is pencils and inks. There's no blue lines involved. So just a really nice Superman page. So you get a really big Superman.
That is very nice. Where's our
Inks are
Superman?
very smooth. Yeah, where's everybody at? No.
Where's Bill Byers?
Exactly.
Someone will put an APB out.
All right.
All right. Very.
Why, hello. Welcome to Dave's Art Shop. What can I do for you today?
We should have started off the round with
Yeah.
Yeah.
that. All right. Well, over to you. Let's see, Ben. Now the first piece is a multi-piece lot again, right? There's
Yep.
4 pages in this one. All right. So let me go ahead and start you off.
All right. So we got 4 pages from Dustin Wynn and Rich Friend, good friend of mine. I think Rich said he would be on tonight. Hi, Rich, if you're on. This is Wildcats, Volume 3, Issue 11, Page 2. Then we have Issue 11, Page 8. Issue 11, Page 17. And Issue 11, Page 20. And I have all 4 of these for $400.
See, package deals are already pre-made for you guys. Just point that out. We're making it easy for you. Look at that. All right. Now, next is a pair of pieces.
Yep, on both. This is 11 by 17, and it's Jim Balint on the, I guess, right, and Daryl Banks on the left doing Grifter. Jim doing Zealot. He's known for his ladies. Pretty nice piece.
12 years old. Jim did that at a show, huh?
I guess so, on 4/21/2012.
Very, very cool. Sorry, I'm trying. Let me switch back to the smaller image there. Did you get that one, or where'd you get that piece?
I think I won this one on eBay.
Aha. All right. Well, that one's still available as well, both of them.
No buyers? What is this treachery?
Yeah, we needed some heads on pikes, I think, for that one, right?
Yeah, would have been great.
All right. Let's see here. So we're moving on to round 3. Richard Friend's here. Hey, Richard. Nice to see you. I think there's something that has some of your art at some point later in the show. Let's see. These two are legends. You hear that, guys? Legends. Oh, man. All right. Round 3 over to Dave. Let's see here. What do we got for your first piece on round 3? Oh, see, it's a multi piece, isn't it? So here, let's show it off.
So sketch cards seem to be catching on with this crowd a little bit. I have hundreds and hundreds of them. I used to collect them really hard. Now, not so much. But here we've got basically a nice set, as you see there. You got a Travis Charest Batman, an Art Adams Batgirl, Tone Rodriguez Venom, Steve Mannion Fearless Dawn, a character named Despair by Fred Hembeck, and The Crow by James O'Barr. And then just because I was pulling a bunch of cards, I just went ahead and threw in a Captain America by Dana Black and a Mystique by Patrick Lercarta. So now it's 8 cards instead of just 6. Pretty nice set if you're into that kind of thing. It's not cheap for some of those artists. Some of the artists are a little more affordable. That's why I just did a lot so that it was a little more fair. And then what was the other item? Oh, Wildstorm Gallery. So we have a Bo Hampton painting for the Wildstorm Gallery card set. I don't know that this one was used, but when I bought a bunch of pieces off of Bo, he had this one, so I picked it up as well. This is the only one I was never able to identify. And then from Joe Phillips, we have this giant painting of Stricter from Warguard. So both of these are Wildstorm Gallery. It was a tall trading card set back in '95. This one is about 7 by 12. And yeah, it's a nice little set of the cards if you like trading card paintings.
Well, we've at OAX, we had a lot of trading card art collectors going to that show.
Yeah. I'm hoping some of them show up here because I have a lot of trading card up tonight.
I did notice that. Maybe Casper can put an announcement out there on some of those groups that he's familiar with. Let him know, because I do know you have a few other trading card pieces out there as well.
I have a lot of trading card art. So when you go to the collection, you start looking at what do I have the most of? It's like trading cards, sketch cards. I went through some of the stuff that I just have a lot of, and let's thin the herd a little bit. So
Paul says it's a Wildstorm theme tonight. Well, you both were into that a bit. So
yeah, we're both into the group.
These two pieces right here, Wildstorm.
And those aren't for sale, are they?
I mean, for right offer, everything's for sale.
Yeah, that is true.
All right.
We're not taking it with us.
Hildebrandt Marvel, favorite hero, is asking. It is, and I think it's the last piece of the evening from.
It's my last one.
It's an important one. Anthony, you got to make an offer. It's not make offer time for the sellers. It's make offer time for the buyers. So you know how this rules. Anthony, you've been on this show more than anybody. You know how this game is played. All right, round 3 over to you, Ben. And I don't think we have a multi-piece lot in either of these. So let's see here. Get your round 3A up, and here we go.
Yep. Oh, this is an 11 by 17 Trent Kanayuga, Ghost Rider 2, page 5. Just really love the way he draws Ghost Rider. Look at that first panel. It's just epic, right? The tires, the smoke, the fire, Ghost Rider in flames. Just a really fantastic piece.
Jeffrey, see, that's actually the way Ben wrote it. GR instead of Ghost Rider. But that's all right. We know what he's talking about.
GR?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
I'm looking at my list. I must have changed it in my list. Too funny.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry, because my daughter didn't know what to type, so she just typed exactly what was in the list. I'm sorry. But yes, it's Ghost Rider. We all know that. And Trent was born to draw Ghost Rider, in my opinion.
He's so underrated. I don't know what happened to him. He is an amazing artist.
Agreed. Now, this next one actually didn't have the artist listed in the sheet that my daughter had, but we know this is Joe.
Yeah, another Chido.
Another Chido. Oh yeah, I did not write it on the list. So this is, well, let me measure it real quick. This is 15 by 20 and a half. And so it is enormous. Fully painted by Joe. Nobody other than Joe on this one, Jason. And it's Black Widow in full form. Not fighting, unfortunately, but she's still pretty awesome in this one. And on the back is a pretty neat sketch by Joe.
King Ben says, no art for you.
That's not what King Ben wants to say, but that's what we've got so far. No sales so far after 3 rounds, but we've probably looked at more artwork in the first 3 rounds than any other show we've ever had. And that's all right. Full Chido, says Big Man Tuna. You're absolutely right there. All right, so round 4 over to you, Dave. Let's see here. And single pieces this time too, right?
Single pieces this time, yeah. So we have a Mars Attacks cover. I have a couple of these, so I just figured I'd put one up. So John McCrae, Mars Attacks number 6 cover from 2012 IDW series. What was this? The Martian Cold War was what the title of the story is. So it's just really nice image of Mars Attack. So I don't see a whole lot of these come to the market. I got a couple of them, I don't know, years ago, and haven't been able to find any more. So this is the only one I'm willing to part with right now, but figured I'd give somebody an option if they're interested. I'll listen to offers as well. I'm not totally married to any of these prices, but I do basically have them all priced for you. And then this one is Dennis Cowan, double page Lobo, basically Dark Knight's Death Metal Infinite Hour Extreme. Number 1, page 34 and 35. As you can see, it's 2 Lobos duking it out and 1 Lobo winning. I'm not sure if he was the good Lobo or the bad Lobo, but one of them was kind of a Batman motif, so he must be the bad guy, I'm thinking. So just really nice pencil pages by Dennis. I think they were inked separately by Blue Line by Bill Sienkiewicz. So when he was selling these on the the claim show last year or whatever. This is from that.
I remember that. Alberto's saying, yeah, Dave does a lot of text. Well, Dave wrote a lot.
Seriously, what do I got to do to get you into a new page or cover today?
Doing your best 80s commercials there, I think.
Yeah,
I
really channel that.
Let's see here. All right, what do we got? We got round 4 of you, Ben. So let's see. We've got single pages for each of these two. So let's highlight your first one here, your 4A.
4A is Randy Queen Darkchild Redemption. I think this is Randy and Jason Gorder, if I'm not mistaken. It's a little bit, you can see on the page, it's a little smaller. I don't know why he drew it a little smaller on this one, but it's all him and Jason. Pretty cool piece from a rare and cool 90s bad girl trend. Oh, Eldon. Nice work, Eldon.
Yeah, thank you, Eldon.
Thank you.
Right. The ice has been broken.
Finally. I thought Jason would break the ice.
I know. Well, Jason's still thinking.
And then my next one, thank you, Eldon, is a little smaller. It's 10 by 12. It's a pretty cool piece. Free Comic Book Day cover by David Peterson from Mouse Guard fame. He's just really awesome. When I saw this, I just had to get it because I love the series. I love each and every one of those little mini comics that he put out. Got all the hardcovers, and this was just so cool. Oh, let me bring it up a little.
Yeah, that is really nice. I have a page from the series as well. So yeah, he's phenomenal. Such a nice guy too. When it came out, I was just so blown away. It was just such a novel and interesting story and great art and just fun and great colors. It was so sweet. I really enjoyed it. Agreed. All right. So Eldon, we were going to thank you again. We appreciate you breaking the ice for us this week. Thank you. This David Peterson is still available at $1,000. All right. And I don't even know if you guys made an ice breaking meme. So I'm not
I
sure.
did.
You did? Well, then we can't play it till you break.
I know, right?
It's ready. It's ready then. It is.
Next, we'll show them the meme, what happens to unsold art.
I think I did one that was like grant you night. I think I did one that was like grant you arthood or something like that, didn't I? Like I grant you Knight of the Art Table. I think. I mean, I didn't look at them all, but I do think that's in. I think Anthony deserves that one if you guys can find it quick. Anthony's throwing an offer out here before we get started with Dave's round. He's offering you $750 on the David Peterson, and you were at $1,000, of course.
Oh,
I'll go 900, Anthony.
All right. Well, you appreciate the offer, Anthony, but 900 is the counter offer back to you. So give it some thought. We'll keep our eyes on the chat while we get Dave started here with round 5. So scroll down a bit, and we get card art, right, for both of these.
More trading card art. That's the theme of this one.
Here we go.
All right. So first we have Dave Dorman, Dakin Wolverine from the 2018 Fleer Ultra X-Men. It's about I want to say 11 by 14, 9 by 12. It's a little bit bigger than some of the normal smaller card art paintings. But it's a really nice one. Comes with the card. Dave Dorman, I picked this up at Comic-Con a few years back. And he included the card. I think it's a promo card numbered 00, so I never came across the card anywhere else. But when I bought this from Dave, he said this was one of his...
Marvel guy just claimed you.
Marvel card dark. Awesome. Well, thank you so much.
Yeah,
that one's a nice winner. Moving on to the other.
Yep, let me switch
this
over
is
to the next one. There you go.
So this, I bought it as Blue Dawn. Basically, it's a 1995 Cry for Dawn trading card piece by Joe Linsner. It does have it had a slight bend to it when I got it up here that has a little bit on the edge, like you can still kind of see the line. But 1995 Cry for Dawn art is pretty rare. He doesn't have much, I don't think any of it left. I've never seen him selling any of it. So I've had this for many years, just something I have in my trading card art collection. So I decided to pull it and just see if anybody was interested here. And it's a beautiful, beautiful piece. a lot of airbrush. The whole background and everything is, it's hard to get the color to match in a scan. So that's a digital pick.
Thank you for breaking the ice.
There we go.
That's how you do it.
How you doing?
Baseball bat. Now that's the first time we've had that. All right. Well, thank you, Marvel Card Archive. And first, I think that's the first buy from you. So we always like new buyers on the show. Thank you for that. So we will now switch over to you, Ben, on your round 5. And again, single pieces here. So let's see. Yeah, breaking the ice sculpture. Yeah, I like that.
Really good.
Here we go. Aaron Weisenfeld.
Aaron Weisenfeld and Al Vey. Pretty cool combination on cable. Pretty great splashy page. Great action. Awesome effects. Aaron's art is not very easy to come by. I think he switched over to fine art painting.
He did.
Yeah, so his original anything is rare. So that's that.
No, that's really nice. I've always liked Aaron's work. I do like his fine artwork too, but when he was doing comics, I was always pretty impressed by him.
I heard that he quit comics because he didn't realize that the fans loved him. He just had to ask what I told him.
Yeah.
Right. Let's see here. The next piece, Calvin Irving.
Yep, another 11 by 17. Calvin Irving, Chapel and Spawn pinup. Not 100% sure what it's from. Some Spawn or Liefeld crossover or book or.
I believe it was the Chapel Volume 2 run. Calvin did the covers and the interiors, and Spawn was in it. I used to have some of that.
Got it. I think you told me to buy this piece, Dave.
Probably. Otherwise, I would have had to do it, and I didn't have the money at the time.
That was a common refrain in the last 20 some odd years.
So what if one of you passed on it? You let the other guy know?
Very often.
Yeah. Yep.
Or bought it for the other guy and said, "Pay me when you can."
Yeah.
Yeah, you need this, so you'll pick it up for me later.
Exactly.
Exactly right.
All right. Well, we're through rounds 5 right now, and Dave has a modest lead over Ben at the moment, but they're even with memes so far, I believe.
Yeah.
So let's see what do you got here for round 6? Where are we? There they are. Okay. Let me get this one up there. There we go.
Yeah, so I got this in a trade recently. Trad Moore, all new Ghost Rider #1, page 3 from 2014. We've got the Hell Charger. You got Robbie Reyes, and you got Piston Nitro, who is, I guess, the evil villain girl in the issue. So first page with the Hell Charger in Trad's backup story, and then I believe he did all of the interior art. So in issue 1, he just did this backup story. It was like 8 pages or something. And then it looks like he did others. It says from London with love, because I guess he was in London at the time that he drew it. So he signed it that way to the guy that purchased it originally. And he needed to fatten up a deal that we were doing to get where he needed to go to get something from me. So that's why I have this. And then next, Francesco Mattina. I've put this up before, and I always end up like pulling it down and being like, I don't know that I want to sell it. He is a digital cover artist. He's very well known, but he doesn't do a lot of physical art. Back in 2012, he did a bunch of these commission cover style pieces. They're 12 by 16 in acrylic. Just one of the craziest, most insane Jokers I've ever seen. And I love the distorted background with the Arkham Asylum, and just everything about this is just creepy Joker stuff. So wanted to make this available as well.
My daughter is my little devil over here saying, "That's a mean one. I want
It's a mean one."
Good.
It is maniacal, like Rick Welch just mentioned. And I have to say, is that the first Trad Moore I think we've ever had on the show before? I don't believe.
Probably. Most people don't sell it, but I'm not a huge fan. I just took it because he needed to make up the value.
Mm-hmm. All right.
I'm a 90s nostalgia collector. I have some new stuff just because I like it, but I do whatever. I buy whatever I want. And sometimes I take stuff in trade that I know I can sell or trade myself.
Well, there's a lot of people that love Trad's work, even though let's
Yeah.
see. Oh, we have an offer in the chat from Ken Carter to you, Ben, on your 1B. 1B was the 5 Scott Clark Stormwatch pages. You were at $500 on that one.
I'll do it for 400.
All right. So Ken, we appreciate the offer, and the counter offer back to you is at $400 right now. And Jason is throwing an offer out there
a Hail
as well.
Mary pitch.
Yeah, because you said you weren't married to it, so he's offering you $950 on the Treadmore.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to pass on that for now. We'll see how low I get during the roundup at the end, but
Jason can sell
not
it
looking
back
to go
to the
that
guy
low.
who traded it to you. Jason can sell it back to the guy who traded it to you. Someone says on here.
Yeah,
Marcus said it.
That is part of the game. We all know.
Got to do what you got to do.
Exactly. All right. So we've got that one. All right. So now we can go ahead and go. Let's see. I'm assuming Anthony's trying to one up Jason's
What up,
Treadmore.
him? Yeah.
But we'll still wait for the recap, I think, on that one. I can answer for that one without a count. All right. Round 6 now. Over to you. Let me see here. Right here.
David Mack, Daredevil Study for issue 25. Beautiful piece. My daughter's to my right going, so pretty. You guys got to buy this. It's so pretty.
It's so pretty.
It's so pretty. I love his stuff. I always wanted a Daredevil from him, so this was a really nice pickup. But time to move it on.
It is very nice. Now, this next lot has 8 pages in it.
It's a complete story, 11 by 17 by Paul Chadwick. Full Grendel's Devil's Garden story. So pretty neat. Full story of Grendel and his daughter. Adopted daughter, I should say. She's lamenting his not being around.
I know we have a few Grendel fans out there. So you get a complete 8-page story at $3,000 here.
Eric, I agree. It's pretty sweet. The Art of the Story, Paul Chadwick. Really great set of pages there.
Yeah. Josh Landers is a fan of Grendel. That's true. But yeah, we don't see enough Chadwick art out there in the market. Certainly stuff of this caliber. So very nice. Nice to see it available. And I did see that Ken Carter was countering your 400 at 375 on the Stormwatch pages by Scott Clark. You were
All
at
right,
400.
Ken. All right, Ken, I'll do it.
All right.
You shall be rewarded for your service.
Ken has just been rewarded. All right. Thank you, Ken. There we go. Now, what does that actually put Ben in the lead?
I think we're tied. Yeah, by $25.
$25. There it is. Yeah, we're gonna need that 11th round. It is 11 rounds tonight. Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm a big fan of Spinal Tap, and that's one more, and that's take it to 11.
Exactly. All right. So we're moving on to round 7 now. Right. So we've got a couple of well-known artists, I think, in this round here for you, Dave.
Yeah. So pencil pieces.
Yes, and an interesting one to start off with.
Yeah. So Evangeline, basically Rob Liefeld's biggest selling book of the 90s, from volume 2, number 2. This is the cover that it's hard to see in the light, but basically it's just original pencils. It was never inked. His colorist airbrushed right over it. You can see on the cover, there's no lines to it. It's just color. So right now there's a major resurgence. They just did the first collected hardcover on Kickstarter that was a wild success that just ended. And they have a movie deal coming with Margot Robbie and Olivia Wilde directing. So basically now's the time to jump on the Evangeline bandwagon. So basically one of his best characters, one of his few 90s covers that's not 10,000 or more. So it's a way to get into a nice 90s piece relatively cheap. And then next up, we have The Thing by Bernie Wrightson. I wasn't going to sell any of my Wrightson stuff, but when I was going, it's really hard to pick stuff. 20 pieces for the show at all the levels you got to reach the price levels of. So, a Wrightson Thing creature design, no less. Just a really cool piece. I believe it was the remake that they did in 2011, not the original. I thought it was original movie when I bought it because the original Carpenter film is one of my favorites of all time. And Mike had it as that. Bought it from Berkey on one of these shows, but it's nonetheless a tremendous Bernie piece and very nice.
That's a great piece.
It really is.
I'm Earl Shive, and I'll paint that page for $99.95.
Yeah, I just literally hit record and then just rambled for like 20 minutes. And that's why I didn't give you all the footage. I only gave you the stuff that was at least a certain level of humiliation, but not too much. Just to give you a slight peek behind the curtain.
I like the filler too. You never know what you're going to get.
Yeah.
But no, that was a good one. I know you were turned around. Did you see we actually put like an Earl Shive?
I'm Earl Shive, and I'll paint that page for $99.95.
Those commercials stick with you forever. And so, yeah, I tried to do one of those crazy Eddie things, but it just looked insane. So did not give you the footage to that one.
Well, that's all right. So what we got here? Brian Bailey is offering you $400 for the Mandy. You were at $600. Of course, that was your 1B, Dave.
Yeah, I'll split the difference and do $500 before the recap.
All right. Well, thank you, Brian, for the offer there. $500 is the counter offer back to you. And we have a lot of people watching the show, a lot of new people watching the show, I think, this evening. So if you haven't hit that thumbs up, please do it. We have over 200 people watching the show. Guys, don't get nervous. It's a lot of people, but the viewership is growing as we're going along here. I think we're definitely over 230 people right now. So Dr. Balls wanted to know if Ben's 5B sold. It did not. The Linsner is still out there, Dr. Balls, at $1,200.
My 5B or Dave's 5B?
Yeah, his 5B. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I get it wrong? Oh, sorry. Oops,
yeah.
My bad. Slung it around there. So it is your 5B, and it did not sell either. That was the $1,100 Chapel Spawn.
Brian just claimed the for $500.
The Mandy. Yeah, I see that. Thank you. Appreciate the purchase.
And this is where I need all the help I can get. So I'm starring things in the chat.
Bill, what you don't know is Dave and I made a list of 22 pieces, and then we each showed each other the list, and then just said, well, I want everything on your list, so I'll just send you everything.
That's how it worked out. That's all right. No, that's good. Yeah. It's always good to have friends, on the show facing off with one another. I mean, there's a familiarity there. It makes it all the more fun. But Brian, I'd say thank you for picking that one up at the 500. And yes, like everybody said, Dr. Balls, the 5B from Ben is still out there. And if it doesn't get claimed during the live sale, well, it'll be in the recap. You can take a look at it again there. Brian likes cheesecake. Don't we all? We all like cheesecake. I was actually at Red Lobster the other day with my mom for her birthday, and I passed up on the cheesecake. I said no. All right. So let's see. Where are we at now? We are moving over to your round 7 artworks, Ben. So
round 7 starts.
Everybody's like in a fervor in the chat right now. I don't know what's going on.
No, it's really moving.
Cheesecake break.
Cheesecake break, right? We have no round 8 break here tonight, guys. All right.
So this is 9x13. Warren Kremer, who's the ultimate Richie Rich and Warren artist. Beautiful Poor Little Rich Boy number 80 cover. These are kind of rare, and now that their Heritage is starting to auction a bunch of this kind of stuff, Archie and this stuff, I think these prices are going to go upward, like all the rest of the stuff from the nostalgic times.
Oh, definitely. I love Kremer's work on Richie Rich. This is a good one.
Yeah, me too. Anytime I see Kremer, I think I might want to bid on that. And Heritage had a whole bunch of stuff a long time ago. Every week there was another 5-page story, 6-page story, and I just kept buying them up for,
good price back in the day.
Right, great prices back then, and my kids all read them. They're all in the big folios. This, as you can see, is a little slightly different than the scan. I still have this the stat for here and for here. But this is a Trent Caniuga again, a Creed #1 cover from volume 2, 3, or 4, one of those. He did many ones, but it's a Lightning comic, so that's one of the early Creed. His own creator-owned series.
So those are stats not on an overlay, but just separate?
Yeah, they are. They fell off over time. The glue dries out, and
Yeah.
I've kept them somewhere.
Well, very nice cover by Trent. They're giving.
I confer upon you, Knight of the Arts Table.
That's my older daughter. We pressed her into service.
Was she one of the people all chanting "All Hail King Ben"? Yes.
Yes.
Was that your idea or the kids' idea?
It was the kids' idea. My other daughter's right here saying it was the kids' idea. This is
All
actually my daughter who's sitting here, her crown.
All hail King Ben! All hail King Ben! All hail King Ben!
That's funny. Epic music.
Be a screensaver on your computer.
Oh.
Oh man. All right, moving on to round 8. There is no cake break tonight, everybody, but I appreciate the comments about Red Lobster's cheesecake and the demise of all-you-can-eat shrimp. Round 8 for you, Dave. You've got 2 pieces for your A and 2 pieces for the B.
And for B, yeah.
And for B. All right, so just want to alert everybody to that before we jump.
Yeah.
So
It's
here
a
we
bit
go.
unusual for me, but so yeah, Brian Bolin, 9x12, Joker. Basically, these are very hard to come by these days, and nicer finished ones are even harder. I got this, I don't know, some years back, and then for a little while I was debating on getting it inked or something, and eventually I did end up having Richard Friend ink an 11x17, so it's like bigger. He blew it up, finished it, and fully inked it. It really looks nice. I was just going to sell the pencils and keep the 11x17, but at the end I was like, I should really keep them together. So offering 2 of those together. And then the second set is some more Rob Liefeld Extreme. So this is from the Extreme Sacrifice Prelude #1 issue. It's 2 consecutive pages, not a double page spread, but they feature Troll. And a lot of action, a lot of hyper detail like Liefeld used to do back in the day. Danny Mickey doing the inks. So you just got some really nice pages here that basically I can split them up if people want, but since I have them both, I decided to put them both up together rather than just pick one to put up. So you got options. But yeah, just classic 90s Rob Liefeld, signed by Rob in pencil. Picked up directly from Rob on his Whatnot show last year when I had a bit of a Whatnot problem.
You've kicked.
Yes, another sale. Let's keep the good times rolling.
Not to make you feel bad, but yes, we're going to get another
Yeah.
sale, and that's going to be an appropriate one for that
It's
one.
going to happen.
I like it. It was a good choice.
Yeah, that was nice. That was
You're
nice.
carrying a lot of cash there.
I was using that money to purchase some, so I had the cash on hand. I was like, I got to do something with this. So
Make it.
I never have money like that in that volume.
Okay, now Ben, back over to you, and let's see here. What do we got for round 8? Here we go.
So these
Trading
are,
card art.
I didn't give you, I guess I did not give you the artist for these. These are Humberto Ramos and Salvador Regla. These are, I think, 6 trading card art.
9.
My trading cards.
Yeah.
My effort into the trading card arena. It's a double page spread, so 22x17 on 2 boards. Pretty sweet for the Wildstorm crowd.
Yeah, not bad at all. I like Ramos's work a lot.
Yeah, he's really come into his own on the Spidey books, I guess.
Yeah.
So that's that one. And then this
Oh.
one Oh, sweet. Good, Dave? Good. I mean,
Yeah, I was just gonna say Alberto wanted to know if the tape was original on the back of your DPS.
Is the tape original? Hold, please.
Yeah,
Yes.
Look at that.
there you go.
Now this
No
is
blue, no blue line tape there.
right. Now we got some Bart Sears.
I got a
Bart
Bart
Sears.
Sears and a Calypso splash page. I have not let any of my Bart Sears splash pages go. I've let a whole bunch of the panel pages go over the years, but I've held on to the splash pages, and because he's just absolutely an incredible artist.
Agreed. I like Bart's work a lot. We actually got Bart.
King Ben says, no art for you.
No art for you. We might be able to use that periodically throughout every Dueling Dealers episode, whether you're on it or not. I think that
Fine by me. As long as Jason watches every episode, he sees me doing that every time.
the XXIX. Yeah. See, I'm liking that one even more. We might even find a way to work Jason into that somehow. All right. So we made it through 8 rounds. There are no cake breaks this evening, everybody. That's saved for the other days. But we got round 9 coming up here. And are we on a normal round? Yes, we are. Normal round. Although the artwork
normal round.
normal.
Jake just made an offer on $1,200 for your More Ghost Rider page, Dave.
Oh, you're right. There we go. Thank you for spotting that one, Ben. So you were at 1,800.
Yeah, I was at 1,800. So still a little lower than I'd like to go at this time. We'll see where I go on the recap. I might just hold on to that page if nobody wants it.
Oh, it's wanted. But thank you,
It's
Jake,
just
for that
wanted
offer.
for less than 1,000.
Well, we got it's a $1,200 offer. But see, and Anthony,
Anthony-
No, that one was good.
Anthony just went up to $1,225. Now you got to take that deal.
it's incrementally. Yes, we'll.
Yeah.
I think we'll still see that one in the recap, but that's all
Yeah,
right. That's
it'll
good.
still be in the
Everybody
recap.
keep stewing on it, thinking about it. Zevia break. All right, I got one of those right here, everybody. I'm working on it.
I'll drink water.
Jason's trying to explain math to everybody now. Thank you, Jason. We appreciate that. Just for that, I'm going to work you into that meme with Ben
Go
for a
around.
future round. Yes. So round 9. Let's see here. We're in the anything goes rounds now, I believe.
Wow, Jason up
Yeah.
to 1237. I can't even believe it.
It's getting there. All right. What do we got here, Dave? We starting off with something by Travis.
Yeah, so Pepsi Man. So Travis did Pepsi Man back in the late 90s. I'm not sure exactly because it's not dated, but Pepsi Man was huge in Japan. So during this promotion, this was an ad that was used all over the place. And then, as you can see, it was also the can art. Every single Pepsi can is hand drawn. There's not a single stat on this thing. Whoops. And it is crazy how detailed it is. The white ink for effect is very nice, but this is your typical high-end Travis around the end of his first Wildcats run, maybe just before Wildcats Volume 2. So peak era for what most collectors like to chase for Travis. So we got that one. And then next up, we have an XO Manowar cover by Arthur Adams. I picked this up during the pandemic when it was unpublished, and then lucky me, it went and got published. I'm going to include all 4 issues. I bought all 4 of the variant covers for it. So there's an art edition, there's the regular trade dress, the Virgin, and a Spot UV version. So just an epic XO Manowar image by Arthur. Just typical hyper detail that he likes to do. So yeah, not often that I'll let an Arthur Adams piece go, but I am kind of getting out of the new Valiant stuff, and I'm just kind of moving on to other things. So got that one as well. So yeah, basically Travis or Arthur Adams, you got choices. And then because I found it and I didn't know what else to do with it, I have an XO Manowar number 50, and in them they did these glued in little art cards. So I'll throw this in as well. But It's Punk Mambo from the Shadow Man title of Valiant. So this is just issue 50, comes with that inside, and I'll throw it in with the 4 comics that go with the published cover.
Very, very.
Seriously? Nobody wants it? Fine. Nobody gets it then.
There's the eyes.
I think that's where I got him. I think I got him from that particular meme.
Yeah.
That would make anybody mad and sad all at the same time.
Dave, you're killing me with that Travis. You're killing me.
Just dangling it out in front of you.
Right out in front of me like a rabbit and a carrot.
I did see a question for you, Dave, in the chat from Wayne. Wayne wanted to know how much for just the ball and pencils. That was you were 3,000 for the 2.
Yeah.
With Richard Friend.
I would do 2,500, I guess, for the pencils alone. I saw one not quite that nice sell for 2,500 just recently, so I guess I could do that.
All right. Well, there you go, Wayne. Question answered. We appreciate that. Let's see here. All right. Rip up a stat. How do you know there was a stat, Tariq? You never know. You never know.
It was Spawn number 1. It's highly unlikely that I actually had the art to Spawn number 1. But it was printed on artboard, so it had an authentic tear to it.
I was wondering that.
Real deal there.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Remember, hit the thumbs up. I think we're around 250 people watching this thing. So we're putting on a good show. Give us a thumbs up. I will not wear a mask tonight, no matter what number you can get it to. I saw where the captain. Hit that like button, everyone. I did not load that up. That is the production studio trying to make fun of me. Thank you.
They're succeeding.
Yeah, I don't wear that costume too often. All right, round 9 over to you, Ben. Let's see here. Where are we at? Here we go. Ooh, Dave Sim.
So, got an early Dave Sim Cerebus page, issue 18, page 8. Just a really nice, moody Cerebus page. I had to have an early Cerebus page. I got this from Bashara a couple of years ago.
That's really nice.
Doesn't quite fit with my Wildstorm theme, but I had just read Cerebus at that point. So I was like, I really need a page from that. And then, of course, went to his office and he has a page that I can't live without. We've all had that moment.
Oh, yeah. I got my first Gerhardt at OAX, so I get it. I've always wanted to own a page from the run. So yeah, this is a very nice one from issue 18. And yeah, we did switch it to 2 minutes. So it's hard to talk for 2 minutes.
Yeah,
isn't
it is.
Like upside down and sideways. That's just a really, really cool page. I mean, early Cerebus pages, highly sought after.
Agreed.
I really like that page.
Now, something by Joe Mad, somebody who we also don't have too many pieces on the show with.
Yeah. So a Battle Chasers page with Red Monica on it. Another rare find. This is inked by Tom McWeeny as well. I don't know if I put that on I did.
It did, yes. It made it to the slide. Red Monica, shouts James. Yep.
Yeah. He is really good on this. Too bad he didn't continue that at the time.
Yep. A lot of people remember Battle Chasers very fondly.
Me too. It was really coupled with Danger Girl, and what was the other one that somebody else did at the time?
Humberto did Crimson.
Right, Crimson.
You have all chosen poorly. These were good deals.
Oh, man. You were really hamming it up, Ben.
My daughters are here laughing as well.
Yeah.
Just imagine what was left on the cutting room floor.
Not very much.
No. All right. Well, moving on to round 10. We got 2 more rounds to go before we do the recap here. And it's anyone's match right now. So let's see. What did Dave bring for
We're doing round 10.
I'm not even sure.
I brought some big dogs. I'm here to bark.
Let's see. 10.
All right. So I used to be known as the swimsuit guy. I used to stalk and track down all the Wildstorm artists and buy any swimsuit pinups they still had. So back in the early 2000s, I don't know, before 2010 at some point, I used to hit Scott Williams up at Comic-Con every year in San Diego. This is probably one of the most just well-known of the swimsuit pinups. It's a sideways splash. At the beginning, so this is Homage swimsuit. This is the first one they did at Image. So before they even changed their name to Wildstorm, when they were still Homage Studios. So Scott pencils and inks. It really looks like Jim Lee pencils and his inks. Scott just did it himself, basically. So one of the first pieces that he did that was fully published, all him, and just epic. I was so happy when I managed to find this. But I've had it for like 15 years, and I'm not as into the swimsuit pinups anymore. So I'm choosing to make them available to other people. And the last one for this round is the epic Prophet by Stephen Platt. So this one is from Volume 2, Issue 1. This is the epic page 3 and 4, or 4 and 5, sorry. DPS. So it's a sideways DPS. Just epically huge. Got the approval stamps and everything on the back. Looks like original tape. So Stephen Platt Prophet art is just always in demand. It's very hard to find and it's very hard to afford. But for certain key pieces, they go pretty high. So I'll make this one available if anybody's interested. And
you know, when
I'm willing to listen to offers.
I look at this piece. Yeah. Platt definitely inked some of this.
Yeah, I don't know how much. Yeah, it's hard to tell where that goes, but yeah, I think he did.
I mean, the hair, the face, the elbows. It's just all the grit. It's not Marlowe's style.
Yeah, agreed. But epic piece, very, very frame worthy. So.
Well, both the pieces.
Another unsold piece. Do you know what this is going to make me do?
What?
Are you happy now? No.
Oh man!
Love the sound effects. I didn't have those. Those were not me.
That's great, Bill.
And I didn't see the offer from George, but I think that was less than the offer from the one that who made the offer higher than that? Didn't Anthony make the offer? That was the blah blah blah, the Tradmore, the Ghost Rider.
Oh, the Tradmore. We're still on that one.
It's nice to that one, but I thought we had a higher offer than 1250 already.
I think Anthony said 1269 somewhere in there.
I thought we had 1269 or 1279. So we have the wrong series. So you're saying it's George, and I trust him. He says it's 217 versus 2014, but it's under the highest offer we have. See, Anthony even confirming his 1269 offer is out there. So there you go.
Okay, 2017.
The Black Viper Thorn is offering 1400 on it as well. So it's it's still a piece of interest.
Still in play. Yeah.
Yeah, because you were at 18. It's 6A, everybody. So I assume with Black Viper, are you going to wait till the recap, or I'm
going to wait till the recap. I'm not willing to go down that low yet.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Seamus, for that offer. And all right, so 2 good pieces from Mr. Kopecki for round 10. So we're going to switch over to Ben here and take a quick look at a pair of artworks that are by 2 artists that I admire a great deal. So let me switch that and let's see. Try to find your. There's so many artworks in this slide set I've got tonight. I can't believe it. Oh, there we go. Here we go. Brett Booth, and I just have to get me off of here. There we go.
Yep, Brett Booth doing his backlash thing with the Savage Dragon. I actually bought this many years ago and then traded it away, and then I had to get it back. So I went and got it back. Really just a great epic piece. I mean, in some ways, he was a Jim Lee clone, and in other ways, he was just as good. And up until recently, didn't get as much playtime as Jim, probably because he didn't really do X-Men for an extended run. But had he, I think he would have been as big as Jim.
Yeah, and I've always liked Brett Booth's work. This is beautiful.
Yeah, I agree. Just a stunning example of his artwork.
So much crazy detail.
It's amazing. It's just astounding. Like, look at the boots. Like even the treads on the boots, and look at all the arm hair on Savage Dragon.
That is fantastic. Now the next one, I know this is going to be of interest to a few people. A Casada Daredevil page.
Where's Nick?
He's
Where
out
you
there.
at?
Nick, I brought this on for you.
I don't think we've had one of these on the show before. It's a very nice piece.
Yeah, this is a great piece. The story of this is I bought 3 or 4 or 5 pages from a guy off Facebook years ago, and this is the last one I have left. Really, really just Joe's artwork on this series was astounding. I remember reading it and just being like, wow, he took it to another level. And he and Jimmy, I mean, the two of them are like, Jim and Scott. They're so good together.
Yeah, without question. As a team, they really were fantastic. I mean, Jimmy makes a lot of people look good, but they just work so well together. And yeah, this is a fantastic page. All right, and I guess
It was a pleasure dealing with you.
I didn't get a deal.
Yeah, sometimes they just play it.
You got to play it. We don't want to miss the opportunity here to play a meme. So
they never added my Dean Yeagle 500 to mine, so I sold 2 pieces. So
that is
just
true.
FYI.
I've got it on my sheet. That is true.
I got it.
You're at 2 sales and $1,700.
$1,700. Yeah, Ben still beat me a little bit, but we'll get there.
That is true. Sorry, just reading multiple text streams at a moment here. So you got there you go. $25 lead for Ben, and 1 additional sale. Yeah,
Sounds about right, Dave. You and I being neck and neck.
Yeah, neck and neck. But I'll never catch up to my good buddy Ben. There's no way I'll ever catch up. I'm gonna lose.
How many pieces do you still have? How many pieces?
What for this?
No,
We got one more round.
In
Oh,
general.
I don't know. 1,700 something.
Yeah, never catch up.
Yeah.
a ways to go. All right, so we got two more pieces for each guy, and well, I guess we're gonna finally get to see that piece by Miko. That I know a few people.
Yeah, a little bit more than 2 pieces because technically this one's 4. So these are 4 covers to Harbinger's relaunch series in 2015. It's just so much better to see it that way. But basically, issues 7, 8, 9, and 10 each did these covers. I was a huge fan of Harbinger in the original iteration back in the 90s. So when Valiant came back, I was very interested and was a hardcore reader. And they're doing it as a series of like mini series and small things instead of continuing anything. So I just kind of dropped off. And like I said, I'm just kind of paring down, and the new Valiant stuff doesn't really fit the theme of my collection anymore. And so like the Art Adams XO cover, I'm offering it now for sale. So four covers for one price, and probably the best 4 cover image. Valiant did a couple of like 3 cover things, but I think this was the only 4 cover one, unless they did some after I dropped off. But yeah, excellent piece. And then finally the coup de grace, the still in the frame that it came in. I just took it off the wall before the show. Colossus in the Acolyte uniform from the 1994 Marvel Masterpiece trading card set. Painting's about 8 by 10. These are the frames that they mail them out to people in, so I guess they just have a bunch of these frames for the cards. The smaller size of these, some of them, as far as heritage, as far as comps, when I looked, there was a Gambit that sold like a year or two back for like 26 grand, and an Sabretooth that sold for almost 11. So I just kind of priced this in the middle. I think everybody likes Colossus, but he's not the superstar. So I would put him somewhere in between Sabretooth and Gambit. So that's how I priced it. But you don't see comps for these very often anymore, other than a couple Heritage.
That's a great piece.
It is. It's been on the wall for about 13 years, and I'm going to be changing up the walls a little bit. So figured I'd offer it up while I could. And I did put it on Comic Art Live the last 2 times, but it's not something that's ever actively been sold. I just posted it for something fresh to market.
Very cool. We haven't had a Hildebrand quite like that on the show before. So
Miko said that he did that piece in the airport. It got delayed. Not all of it, but in the chat.
Yeah, that's a pretty long airport wait, because that's a 4-cover epic image.
Not all of it. Not all of it.
Yeah. But yeah, it's a great image, and I thought a great summary of the Harbinger series. It's all the rebels, all the egg breakers. So good image.
no, I'm sorry. We're reconciled. I think you only have 2 sold pieces, right, Ben? Am I mistaken, or is
I mean, I see in my list here too, but I think, is there one that I missed?
I don't think so. We had a couple offers on a couple, but so far I've got the 1B sold to Ken and the 4A sold to Eldon, which would actually bring you down.
That's what I have too. But my daughter says I have 3. What was the third one?
We're having a discrepancy at the moment.
Oh, you're not writing it down?
Oh,
I
I'm right.
did write it. I thought I wrote it down, but then I saw my price and I was like, they don't match. So, but I was happy with the upper number.
Well, I hate to bring you down on this one a little bit, Ben, but yeah, I've got 2, and production has 2, and if you have 2 on the side, let's be good. I've got Eldon with 4A and Ken with 1.
Yep, that's what I have too.
All right, I think we mistakenly put. Anyway, it doesn't matter what we may or may not have done. Those are 2 great pieces of art. We've got 2 more to look at before we get to the recap, and I haven't been paying attention at all to the comments. So, yeah, 250.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
Actually, there's even more than that. If you add in Facebook, we're I think around 290 people watching right now. So if you're on YouTube, please hit the thumbs up, everybody. This is a big crowd. We're happy to have you here. And if you're not following the channel and not subscribed yet, you should definitely consider subscribing to the channel. We got another amateur match next week between a couple of like semi-experienced and inexperienced at the same time sellers. So, but tonight we got one more half around here, and then we're going to get to the recap. So Ben, let's see what we brought here for your. Now the first one is 2 pieces, I believe, right?
Yeah, it's a front and back cover.
Okay, here we go.
To the Planetary 4th Man trade paperback. This is the main. Got Jaquita, Snow, drummer, who, by the way, is modeled after John Cassaday. That's what he looks like the drummer.
It does looks just like him.
It does. And then the back cover where Dueling is taking Snow's memories, putting in his memory blocks. This is my favorite series of all time. I read it about 2 or 3 times a year. Each time I find something new and interesting about comic history inside it. Pretty neat run through the history of the early history of comics. So if you haven't read it, I think, Dave, I told you to read it. I don't know if you got it.
Yeah, I bought it.
Okay. You got to read it, though.
I know. I collect books. I don't always read them.
Happens to all of us. And then my wife's favorite piece. Can I get it without it?
No. That's my.
This is my Charles Vess Rose issue 1, page 1. My daughters are both here going, no, don't sell it. It is 11 by 17. It's on my wall. Figured I'd bring it down for this show as something new.
So in the end, we both took a painting off the wall, and we're like, here, people, feel my pain.
That's right. Feel my painting.
Aye. That isn't really your wife's favorite painting, is it?
It is.
It. Wow, you're not looking to stay in her good graces there.
Well, if somebody gives me that number, I'll stay in her good graces.
There you go. Well, a vest and a pair of Cassidy front and back covers to Planetary. That's a pretty good round. Now, I did see there was a combo offer that dropped in here, and I was trying to add it all up here in my head. So we got 1A, which was the Joe Chido piece that you were at $375. 2B was the Jim Balint and Daryl Banks piece. You were at $300. So that's five. So what do we got there? So that's $675, and then the 8A was the DV8 trading cards by Ramos, and you were $2,800 for that. So your retail on those three lots was $3,475, and A. Williams is offering you $2,500 for the three of them.
I'll split the difference at like $2,900.
All right, A. Williams, we appreciate that package offer there, but it has been countered at $2,900. So think about that. Ben won't be the first one to go in the recap, so you got some time to ponder that while Dave is going through his recap pieces. A. Williams says, "How about $2,800?"
Oh man, he's killing me.
How about it's buy one get two free? How about that? Like,
Yeah, buy one.
Oh,
get
that's basically that, isn't it?
if you buy the Ramos, we'll throw in the other two.
Maybe come back to me in the claim. I mean, in the recap.
In the recap.
All right, so you're sticking at $2,900 for the moment. A. Williams has the offer in at $2,800.
Yeah.
All right, very good. Now, before we get into do the recap, in case anybody has to leave and you did claim any artworks, both gentlemen's email addresses are on screen right now. And
that's actually not my email address.
Is it not? That was the one that I got from your email to me. What would you want your email to be? Tell us.
Well, it's David.Kopecki, not Dave Kopecki. And every time people PayPal or something to that, I don't know who gets that, but I've had to have people fix
Somebody
it.
better set up that email address and then create a PayPal account, because they could be getting some money. I swear I literally copy and pasted that out of your email. That's no joke, man. Because I pasted. I'm going to take a look, because we may find out why that's happening. It's like in your reply to, it's set up to Dave.Kopecki, believe it or not.
So is it?
I heard that.
David?
Here, I'll
it's
even
David.
well, here. So you want the Madman address? Is that the one?
Yeah, we can do the Madman instead. That's the one that, like, his Foreigner 1999. That's my old handle from the mailing list and eBay and all that stuff. So that's the one I tend to use. Madman 1138 at Yahoo.
Well, I've texted that over to the production staff, so it's going to change any second now. But Ben, is
either one works for me.
Either one works, but we'll do the one that's most common. And your email address is the one you wanted, Ben?
Yes.
Perfect. All right. There we go. Okay. Well, A. Williams has agreed to take it at the $2,900, by the way, now that we've gotten through the email address thing going on there. Madman1138 at yahoo.com.
Bill, can you recap which were?
Which lots were sold? That was 1A and 2B and 8A. So the Chido, the Jim Balint, Daryl Banks piece, and then the DV8 trading cards.
So he got the DV8 trading cards in the end. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Perfect. And sorry for the email snafu. Now we got it all figured out.
No worries.
We are ready to dive into the recap.
Thanks,
and, thank you, A. Williams. Okay, so recap time, 30 seconds per piece. And this is where it gets fun and frenetic, and we'll see how things go. The score, where does that put the score?
Question from Goo.
Oh.
The 1138 is Star Wars. I grew up, born and raised in Modesto, so I went to school at all the schools that George Lucas went to. We did graffiti night every summer in my town. So, the 1138 is a callback to George Lucas.
Very cool. And so Ben now has 5 sales, and he would be at 4,025. So yeah, you got a little bit of work to do, Dave. But I have
got some ground to cover.
All right, so we're going to go all the way back up to, let's see, your 1B sold, so we'll go to 1A to get you started. And 1A was a pair of artworks, too. So
pair of artworks, 2 large paintings. I'll split them up if somebody would prefer. So we have this one with the Thing. It's just a great, highly detailed Thing and Mr. Fantastic on a giant-ass board. So the 17 by 23 Power Girl is just really nice looking. And so I would do either of these for, let's just say 200 each. So if anybody's interested, 200 will get you a giant painting from some really nice, talented artists. And so we have that available for you. And that's it for that. Which one is round 2? So Mandy sold. So okay, Scott.
Well, here we go. Just so you know, Mighty Mark has claimed the Power Girl artwork. So
okay, cool.
Picks up
Mighty Mark
1A.5 for $200. Thank you, Mighty Mark. Wonderful.
It goes with one of the covers.
So
all right, noted.
The FF piece is still available. So 1B did sell, so we'll take a look at 2A next.
Okay, so 2A is so this is the Scott McDaniel round. So we have an amazing Spider-Man annual number 26 page. So you got just fun panels with Spider-Man and Namorita down at the bottom, the big bad guy doing his thing. So, and then.
Well, on this one, so what is what is your best price?
What's my best price, Anthony?
You know that.
Let's say 500 for the Scott McDaniel Spider-Man.
It takes you right back to the 90s just by looking at it.
Yep. He did a lot of the red line stuff that they used to just separate out, and you don't see too many people that used it as heavily as Scott McDaniel does in his 90s work. There's every page I have from him has red lines that they ask color to knock out. So it's kind of just neat that he does it that way.
Very nice. So $500 for the 2A art from Dave. So next up is another Scott McDaniel.
Scott McDaniel splash of the Mighty Superman and some interdimensional something or other, trying to motivate people to rise up against some bad guy. Not really a DC viewer. Superman and Batman, I buy some stuff from time to time just because they were important to me as a kid, but I don't really read any of the books since the 90s, so don't know much about it. But Scott's great. He does an excellent Superman, and Andy Owens really killed it on the ink. So just a really nice page. I'll do 500 on it as well.
All right, so 500 on this one. I'm going to make you say the best price first. That way we let.
Yeah, I need to get used to that.
It's tough. That's why I'll be honest. That's why I'm not the on the selling side of things, because I wouldn't be very good at it.
Yeah.
All right, so $500 for 2A and 2B. Now next up is that trading card set.
The trading card lot. So it was 6. It's now 8. Like I said, I added the 2 full color cards to the top just because I've got so many of them. Let's say 500. I'll do all 6, well, all 7 of them. 8 of them, all 8 of them for 500 if anybody's interested. Very hard to get Travis and Arthur nowadays, so very nice examples by both of them. So decent detail.
Or you get him back in there too. Anna, James O'Barr, Steve Mannion.
Yeah, I tried to include a variety that might intrigue people, and so we'll see. If anybody's interested, 500 for that whole set.
All right. And again, eight cards altogether. So now we've got this is a two-piece set here as well. These 2 pieces.
Yeah, so this one, both cards from the same set. So you've got the 7x11 Battalion versus Despo, which is one of the War Guard guys and actually Battalion's father. And then this giant 10x18. Sorry, I told the wrong size earlier. 10x18 by Joe Phillips of Strichter, also of the War Guard. So they were the big bad guys in Stormwatch that a comet went by their space station and everybody became superpowered but went insane and became the doomsday weapon of choice. So that's what the War Guard is, the absolute last response.
That sounds like 90s storytelling right there.
Yeah, pretty much. When you got to just send something to destroy people, like whoa.
Now that one was
That's
with
what you
two
got to
pieces.
do.
So
Yeah, so that was 2 pieces together. So, and I forgot to say the price, didn't I?
Yes, because it was
So
this one
let's say
and it was that one.
I'll go as low as 500. No, 600. Sorry, 600 for the 2. That would be 400 for the giant Joe Phillips, or 200 for the Bohampton. Is that right? Yeah.
All right, so 600 for the
600.
pair. Yep, that makes sense. So yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Okay. And you're not willing to split up your trading card set, right? Because I saw somebody was interested in the James O'Barr. They didn't make an offer, but they might have if it was.
I never really thought about it because by themselves they're not generally worth selling at the prices we're trying to reach for this show. So for the price levels we took, I'll consider any of the cards separately maybe later. Right now I'm hoping to sell the set.
Gabe just
right.
offered 450 for 3A.
Right,
Which
and there
one
was
was
a
the sketch cards.
right 3. Yeah, exactly.
Comics or Go offered.
Yeah, Comics or Go has
so yeah.
claimed it. Yeah, that's
Okay.
there we go. Yep. So thank you, Comics or Go, for picking that up. Well, so we don't have to worry about splitting it up now. So
Awesome.
Comics.
Thank you very much. Comics are Go.
I think it was a very good deal. I mean, the Art Adams and the Travis by themselves are definitely super desirable. So, all right.
Yeah.
And we appreciated Gabe trying to get in an offer there as well. And Black Viper of Doran. So Comics for Go has got that one. All right, fantastic. So where are we at now? I've now completely lost my place. I think we're at the 4A, right? Yeah.
4A, yeah. The John McCrae Mars Attacks cover. So 11x17 IDW series from 2012. I'd be willing to come down to 600 on this as well. It's not often you come across published covers of Mars Attacks. Its popularity kind of ebbs and flows with the card sets and things that come out. So right now there has been a card set for a little while, but if anybody's interested, Mars Attacks, give you this cover for 600.
That's a good deal. I had John McCrae on a couple months back. I don't think we had any covers for that price. That's good. So 600 is the price on that one. Next up, the Dennis Cowan DPS with the triple extreme pages. Yeah,
never taped together and not cut to do so. So they didn't line up exactly because there's a little bit of a border on both of them. So I think he digitally stitched them for inking. But basically, all Dennis Cowan, full pencils, very detailed. You got Lobo versus Lobo to the death, I think it is, as he forces the Batman Lobo into like a small little vortex hole. So just a fun double page spread. I will do, let's say 750. So 750 for this one.
All righty, 750 on the Dennis Cowan. All right, so the Dave Dorman piece was picked up by the Marvel Card Archive. So now we've got the Linsner back.
The blue Linsner. I'll do 1,000 on this one. This is from 1995. These are really hard to find. I haven't found any of his 90s art before this one, and this is the only one I have. I've had it for many years now. But yeah, it's about 11 by 14, 9 by 12. No, it's 11 by 14. I might have noted that wrong on the sheet. But yeah, it's airbrush and colored pencil and all the mixed media palette that Joe likes to work in.
All right, what were we going on that one again? I'm sorry, I didn't write it down.
1,000. I'll do
1,000.
Yeah.
Cry for Dawn is so great. Love that stuff.
Yeah, and it was great. It was one of the main bad girls of the 90s. So I mean, you really got to appreciate it for that. So here we got the Tradmore. I don't know if the Tradmore fan base is here tonight, but it's hard to find or get any of his pages. I was really hoping for this to be something people wanted to get at this price. I thought this was a little lower than, it's definitely lower than what I traded value for it. So 1,800 is what I put it at. I will do 1,650. Otherwise, I'll just hold on to it for another 10 years and then sell it later. So willing to sell it, but only if it's worth it to me.
All righty, so $16.50 on the Tradmore is the best price. All right. So
all right,
6 piece.
Francesco. So Francesco Mattina. This is about 12 by 16 on heavy board, so you get that nice thickness to it. There's a bit of a jagged edge here. It's like he cut it and then had to tear it, but still doesn't affect the art in any way. But a really nice piece, just super crazy looking Joker. Great detail. I will go for, let's say, 1,700. If anybody's interested, or make an offer. You never know. If Ben's winning, I don't know that I want to allow that to happen. So come on, people.
Ben is still winning. I do have to say that.
Ben is winning by far. Yeah.
Yes.
So the Rob Liefeld. So, like I said, Evangeline. It's a very popular series for Rob Liefeld. It was his bestseller back in the 90s. This cover is very well known because of the Demi Moore Vanity Fair cover that it's mocking. Signed by Rob, both in just his regular signature and his chisel signature. And so real popular right now on a resurgence. I will come down to $22.50 if anybody's interested.
Dave, that's a swipe, don't you know?
Well, obviously it's a swipe. I mean, I posted it with the Demi Moore cover side by side. But yeah, I've heard all of his complaints about the swiping lately, and it is getting a little weird out there.
I saw somebody said Captain America had a bigger chest than Evangeline. But yeah. You know.
They weren't all drawn to fall over and be top heavy. Only some of the characters are like that.
All right, what do we got
next? Up is the Bernie. Bernie writes, and so here we got a nice piece from The Thing. I think I paid 2,500 or so, so I will just come down to 2,500 if anybody wants it. If not, it's not going to hurt me to keep it. You can't go wrong with Bernie and monsters and famous movie stuff. So The Thing is just, everybody knows it. So very nice piece. If anybody wants a nice burning piece that they could frame up, put on the wall, this is one of those.
All right, so we got $2,500 on that, and I saw Carlos Mo is offering you $1,250 on the Joker piece, and you were at $1,700 on that.
I'd be willing to meet in the middle at 1,500, but I won't go any lower than 1,500 on the Joker. His commissions for single figure with no background right now, the con things he does, are 1,500. So.
All right. Well, Carlos, we appreciate the offer and the counter offer back to you, $1,500. We have $2,500 on the Wrightson, and now the Brian Bolland. What do we got? We have the pencil piece that was done by him, and then the ink piece by Richard Friend. Somebody had asked your individual price on it, and we already got the $2,500 on the pencils only. So at least for the pair, what would you be willing to do?
I would do the pair for 2,500 at this point, but I'm really just throwing in the 11 by 17 for free at that point. But I know people really like getting a nice Bolland piece. It's very tight pencils for the top half. Joker's face is just very detailed. You see a lot of ballpoint pen Jokers that are very sketchy, very whatever, selling for 1,500 to $2,000. This is much better than a lot of those.
It's so nice. And Rich doesn't do ink and commissions anymore, does he?
Yeah, no, he doesn't. So I was one of the last, initially one of the last people that he was inking for. And it took a while. I had to wait for a while to get it done because he was busy finishing up his stuff. But I got it so that I could display it, and then I just never did. And so the pencils I decided to put up, and then I decided to keep them as a pair.
That's a
All right. 90s. Rob Liefeld, you can't go wrong. You got Danny Mickey on inks. Nice big headshots. As everybody knows, Rob liked to ink his own faces, so Danny did everything but the faces. 2 pages. I'm willing to split them up if anybody wants to buy them separately, but I'd have to figure that out. But I'd be willing to go to 2,500 for the pair. So You get a really big troll. And this one is just a great action page as he's like flipping through the air and doing great facial reactions to everything. So some classic 90s stuff if anybody's interested.
Gil Kane knows, says CJ. Yeah, a little bit there. So $2,500 on the 8B from
On the pair. Yeah.
Now we're switching over to Pepsi Man.
So Pepsi Man, I am not going to come down too much on this one. This is just epic, and it's not the usual comic book artwork that you see that he does. So Pepsi Man being a big major, this would probably sell better in Japan, just where people grew up looking at all of these ads all the time. We didn't really have that here. We just had the weird commercials. So, but all the cans, like I said, hand drawn, hand lettered. There is no stat, no paste up anywhere. This is all art. So it's epic.
Rich says Travis is gold. Sell it at auction in a few.
Yeah. If nothing else, I can hold on to this stuff too. Like it's hard to do a show like this and to find stuff at all those levels. But I wanted it to be good stuff that people might be interested in. So
what even is that?
What is what?
Zevia?
It's
like
a
plant-based sugar or something, right?
Yeah, it's sugar free, but it's got caffeine. So it's called Zevia. They won't sponsor the show. We've tried.
He's tried.
Unless Ben, you've got some sway with the Zevia company. No,
I've never heard of it, so I don't think I even know who to go to.
All right. Well, it's our favorite here on the channel. So what do we got here? I'm sorry.
Here we got Arthur Adams.
What was the Travis piece price? I'm sorry.
The Pepsi Man. I'm sorry, I forgot too. 4,000. I'll go down to 4.
All right.
Yeah. Actually, I'll go to 35, but that's as low as I'm going to go.
All right, $3,500 on Pepsi Man. Now we've got the Art Adams Exo Man of War cover.
Yeah, so this is an epic cover by Arthur, as any cover by Arthur is. So much detail, great perspective. He's really good about just piling in the detail. The colored comics take away from it somewhat. I like that they did the black and white version so you see it all freely, because they did some computer thing over his face on the published covers, so it just looks kind of wonky. But yeah, if anybody wants that, 3,500, 37.50.
All right, $37.50 on the Art Adams. So we've got 4 more to look at. Next one is that Zealot. Very nice.
Zealot. I don't know, crazy for offering this up. This is my nicest swimsuit pinup. It is my most epic one that I still have. Over the last few years, I've really kind of pared it down and sold a bunch to a European collector that's really into the swimsuit pinups too, and so I'm letting him run with it. But yeah, looks like Jim Lee, but it's all Scott Williams. It was one of the main ones. I think it was on the back cover too of that issue. I can't remember. But definitely one of the big ones, very noticeable because it was one of the only sideways splashes instead of tall. It was sideways. But yeah, Scott Williams art at this period of time, pencils and inks by him, super rare, super popular character. I will come down to 4,500 on this one.
Oh, that's a big
absolute rock bottom.
It does look like she works out, Marcus. You're absolutely right. So $4,500 on the Scott Williams. It does look like Jim Lee. Well, you know that it's Scott Williams, so it should look a little
exactly.
bit like all right, Stephen Platt is next.
Stephen Platt, the big epic. This thing is huge. I've taken it to a couple of shows just to show people when, like OAX, it was one of the things I was showing off. It is one of the epic pieces of my collection. It's something I've decided I'm willing to part with because I'm really more after a Platt inked and penciled piece. So I wanted something that's more just all Platt than some of the Marlowe stuff. I just prefer the Platt on Platt. But yeah, available if anybody wants it. Epic piece.
What were you willing to price it at?
Oh, yeah, that's right. I'll go to 13K. That's the lowest it's ever been offered. 15K was the lowest it's ever been offered prior. So I think that's a fair
Tonight only, everybody.
drop. Tonight
Oh,
only.
That's the one we just were looking at, except it's a better scan of it. That's the one that you dropped to 3750. That was your 9B. So now we've got the Miko Sway next.
The Miko Sway in piece. I will. So for the plat, we did what 13, and so for the Miko, we'll do 9. I'd be willing to drop it to 9. His covers tend to sell for 2,500 to $3,000 each nowadays, so that seems fair for a 4 covers. Very, very nice large image. I have no idea how long I need to talk because the timer hasn't moved, but it's a great piece. $9,000, 17 by 40 inches or so. So a couple of the covers are full 11 inches wide, and then a couple of them are just a little slimmer cut for the way they needed it. So, but yeah, all 4 covers for one price.
All right, $9,000 for all 4. And what do we got? One more piece, and that was the beautiful
Colossus.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, a lot of people talking about the whole Acolyte thing that I probably shouldn't have mentioned, but people seem to know that when he's wearing the cape, he's the bad guy for a little while because he was up at Asteroid Am with Magneto and one of Magneto's acolytes. And so that was the period of time during 94 or probably 93 when the brothers were painting these. So they went with that look. I love the big thinking man kind of pose that he's doing because he is so introspective and the heart of a poet and all that. So great piece. I can ship it in the frame or outside of the frame. Again, I'll do 13. I don't want to go any lower than that just because I'd rather keep it on the wall at that price.
All right, $13,000 for that one. Now I did see an offer came in for you, Dave. I'm sorry, I was looking at the wrong sheet. It was the Joe Phillips, and that was 3B. It was half of the lot. You had said you had dropped the lot to 600. You said the Joe Phillips was 400 from that one in those pair of Wildstorm pieces.
Yeah, I'd be willing to meet in the middle and do 350, but I don't want to go any lower than 350.
All right, favorite hero. So think about that. 350 on the Joe Phillips piece, half of 3B, if you are interested. All right. So now I see you've taught Ben the way, Dave. So now, and I
this
think
is the way.
The scores are accurate at the moment. So so Ben does have a commanding lead, and he's
yeah, he does.
He's up. So let's see here. Let me go ahead and queue up the first piece. I go all the way to the top. So actually, your 1A and 1B did sell. So 2A is the first one we're getting there.
So 2A.
Yes, this was the 4-piece lot, right? Yes.
Yep. I would go to 350 for these. 4 pages. Dustin Wynn, Rich Friend. What's that? $85 a page, $90 a page. Pretty good deal nowadays.
Agreed. So if you win, are you going to get an all health King Ben at the end of this? All right. So 350 for the 4 pieces of art from Dustin Wynn on Wildcats. Let's see. So 2B is that
Ghost Rider page?
Yes. I'm sorry. Yep. Moving over to the Trent piece. 3A.
I would do 500 on this. It's great, but not a piece I need to keep. But just take a look at this panel right here. It's just epic. All right, you guys are twisting my arm. I'll do 475 for it.
Marcus says a win is a win. You're absolutely right, Marcus. Thank you for that.
I'll take it.
Yes, exactly. So 475 on that piece by Trent. So then we have this Joe Chido Daredevil Black Widow page.
It's all Chido. It's full Chido.
Full Chido.
Jason, you all need a full Chido in your house, don't you?
I don't think you disagree.
13 by 19, nice big piece. I'll do 800 on this. I
That is
thought
it.
it just said, stop dancing. To do what I'm told.
Yes. What's your told? King Ben.
And then 4A, are we on?
Yes, sorry, we were I was making some notes here. So
Jason
next
will offer 600 on the Chido. What did I just say?
you said 800.
I said 800. Jason,
Yeah.
I'll split the difference. 700, it's yours.
All right, Jason, we know you're in the market for a piece by Joe. So $700 is the counter offer back to you. And yes, so let's see. The Eldon picked up 4A, so 4B is our next one. This is the David Peterson cover. You were at $900 on this one.
I started at 1,000, went to 900. I'll do 850. Somebody dying for a David Peterson mouse guard. How can you go wrong? Half the price they sell for.
I would agree. Doug C has claimed it.
All right, that was Doug.
Doug DUGC. So Doug, after the show, well, as soon as the recap is over, we'll put email addresses back up on the screen for everybody. But we appreciate you claiming the David Peterson. Everybody needs at least one piece by David in their collection. And let's see, what was our question from Mike Cruz? It came in late catching up. Did anyone claim the 3A from Dave? Yes, that one was claimed, Mike. So thank you.
Oh, he's asking about the sketch cards. He's wrong about the number.
Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
no, he's right.
He was.
That
He
did sell.
was
Sorry, my
yeah,
bad.
that was the one that Comics Are Go did self pick up for $500.
That's right. Yes. My bad.
No problem. And let's see. I think I'm getting asked for. So the Peterson went for $850. Just making sure everybody's on the same page there. All right, I went to Doug C. So next up, we have the piece by Aaron.
Right. Sorry. Just looking at the chat. Piece by Aaron Weisenfeld. Cable. I can do 875 on this one. And all you X-Men fans out there, pretty cool cable splash. A rare Weisenfeld.
Agreed. All right, very nice. Dave's taking offers in the chat as he's let everybody know he's willing to bend a little to get a victory here tonight.
I see that. He's going full out.
Yes, he is. He's trying. All right. Next up, we have that David Mack piece, right? And actually, we skipped one, didn't we? We skipped 5B.
Yeah, this one, right?
Yes, that's the one. So let's 5B is right there.
I had it at 1,100. I can go to 950 on this. Now that we know it's published. No, tell Nick to come back. He needs to get that.
Yeah, exactly. Where'd he go? He's on Zoom.
He's on a Zoom.
Let's see. You are getting offers in the chat, Dave. But
I'm looking.
All right, so 950 on the piece on the screen, 5B from Ben. So 6A is next, and that was the David Mack.
Right, David Mack Daredevil. I can do 1,700 on this. It's already less than I paid for it. Dave, would be my first sale for a loss.
No!
No!
Say it ain't so!
I think this was described to me actually as the Daredevil 25 cover or whatever it was. And when it turns out when it arrived, it was just the cover study.
All right, so selling it at a loss at 1,700 is the 6A from David Max. And now we've got an 8-page Paul Chadwick Grendel story complete.
That's a good story, right? My daughter's on the side going, "I read that one. It's such a good story." I can go to 2,750 on this one.
Yeah, great panel design on these things too. They're fantastic.
Yeah, he's a really, really great artist.
Marcus thinks you're colluding over there with the whispering going on. All right, so we got
my daughter's literally sitting here saying, "You're not as good at describing this as Dave is."
Oh boy.
And I'm saying, "Yeah, you're right."
Oh man. All right, so we were at 2,750 for those 8 pages. Next up we have the Richie Rich cover by Warren Kremer.
I forgot to say before that I also have the comic book that this comes with. So I can do 1,500 for these two. Pretty neat piece. Warren Kremer, the ultimate Richie Rich artist. Just such a cool piece. On Diamonds Creek, fish jumping, but he's catching diamonds, putting them in his bag. Pretty sweet. I love Richie Rich too. Right from my youth. I got a box of comics from my older brothers and sisters when I was a kid, and they were all Richie Riches and Archies, and man, I love them.
Well, like I said, I love Kremer's work, and so yeah, that's perfect fun. And you can frame it with the published book as well. So, all right, what do we got next? It's the cover by Trent, the Creed cover.
Yep, Creed. I can do 1,100 for this because it doesn't have the stats on anymore. It's still a pretty awesome early Trent Creed cover from the early days. Really a nice piece. It's got I don't know who everybody was. I forget all these characters, but it's got all the main characters and the angsty young man as a classic 90s angst from the early issues.
All right, and we said 1,300 on that one.
I think I said 1,100.
1,100. I'm sorry. Nope.
Yeah.
Yep. That I got to get hearing aids, I guess. So next up, Bart Sears, your 8B. You were at $2,000 on this one.
Yeah, I can bring this down to 1,650. It's just really a spectacular piece. I'm happy to put it back in my folio if nobody takes it, but this is a really, really good piece. Eclipso as the king over the body of the guy that he just OD'd, forced to OD because he controlled him into it. Just a really great piece. Bart and Ray doing what they do. 1992.
All right.
And Dave's, you're wheeling and dealing. Dave got the upper hand. He's wheeling and dealing in the chat.
He is wheeling and dealing. I saw he had that one sale. That 1,550 sale put him at let's see, like $29.50, which would be about $175 behind you. So yeah, he's trying to undermine you. There's anarchy in the realm, King. So
Jason's got to buy that Chido from me.
Yes, I agree. He's still thinking about it. Oh, and yeah, and Carlos took that other offer at 1,300, so that definitely puts Dave in the lead a little bit here by now. So anyway, we'll keep working it out. So the Sears is 1,650. Now we're on to the Dave stamp. And we haven't changed the slide yet. I don't know what's going on, but I will go in there and do it myself. Here you go.
I can do 2,750 for this, which is just about what I paid for it. Really great early issue 18. How often do you see the early issue ones come up for Gerhardt? It's a really nice page. Look at him down there brooding. Everybody's a dummy in his eyes before the stories got serious. Ooh, Alberto said 6K on the Casada DD. Alberto, let me think about that until we get there.
Okay, so you're at 2750 on the Dave Sim though.
Yeah.
All right, that is a good price on that one. So moving on to the Battle Chasers.
Red Monica. I'll do 3,000 for this. You know what? I'll do 2,900. Bring it down into what we would call nowadays the affordable realm. All right, fine. 2,750. Don't make me bet against myself here.
Yeah, it happens sometimes. All right, so 9B from Ben, 2750. Joe Mad, Tom McLeany, Red Monica, Battle Chasers 6. We've got 4 more pieces to look at. And next up is that Brett Booth Backlash cover. What size is it, Ben, on the Joe Mad? That was
the Joe Mad's 11 by 17.
Yep.
This says stat the second panel, so which I don't have, but I guess it was done by computers. Are we into this one already? Sorry, this one's also 11 by 17. I could do 8,000 on this. That's the lowest I'll go. I'll never go lower than that until the next claim show.
We understand.
Until the next time.
Sorry, the clock had started, but yeah, it's all right. We can, but still, 8,000. I get it. This is a beautiful, beautiful piece by Booth.
Which was Tim asking me about the size? Was it the?
I assumed he was asking about the Mad because that was the one you were just finishing up talking about. But he didn't confirm that or not. But the last 2 or 3 pieces were all 11. I mean, the Dave Sim was on 11 by 17, wasn't it?
The Dave Sim was 11 by 17. Yeah.
Yeah, he was asking about the Joe Mad. So 11 by 17 was the answer on that one, Tim.
Yeah, Dave Sim is like, I don't know, 11 and a quarter. It's like a slightly bigger page.
Mm-hmm. All right, so $8,000 for this one, and Dave's got another offer in the chat. So we'll move on to your 10B, which was the Casada Daredevil page, and of course we did have an offer from Alberto at 6K on that one already.
Alberto, can you bring it up to 6,500? If you can do that, I'll do the deal with you.
We appreciate the offer, of course, Alberto.
Yeah, thank you very much.
And we appreciate Nick rallying more likes in the chat. We've passed 150. That's always
Nick's
a good
back.
thing. The Zoom call must be over. Let's see here. What do we got? We have a package deal being thrown into the fray here by Aranga.
10B and 11A for 9,500. 10B is Casada.
10B is, of course, the Casada, and 11A is the Planetary. The 2 pieces. You were 4,500 on those. So at the moment, you would be at 11 for 10B and 11A. You'd be at 11, and you're getting an offer from Aranga at 9,500. You didn't discount the Cassaday yet. We hadn't gotten to it.
So I would be at 11. Aranga's at 9,500. Aranga, if you split the difference with me at 10.25, I'll do it.
So 10,250 to Aranga. If he accepts, then he'll get, well, basically all 3 pieces of art, since the Planetary is front and back covers. And if he chooses to pass, then Alberto would be in line for the Casada. So we'll,
yeah. So if Aranga passes, then I'll take Alberto at 6,500 on the Casada.
All right. So we'll let Aranga crunch the numbers here for a minute or two. We should look at the 11A Cassaday, the pair of them, just so we can remind everybody what it is Aranga was packaging in there with the Daredevil. And the front cover was the one with the pencil. Yeah, that one.
I mean, John Cassaday, the full team.
All right. Well, Aranga's saying he's passing on the package deal. So I guess that means that Alberto is going to get the other page He's gonna get the Casada at 6,500. So with that being the case, what would you like to, kind of put a best price on the Cassaday pair of covers?
Cassaday. I mean, the Casada went to 6,500 to Alberto.
Correct.
Okay. So for these, I'll do. What did I say? What did I say to?
Well, they were at 40. Yeah, they were at 45.
So how about 37.50? Yeah, thank you, Alberto. I appreciate it.
All righty, so 37.50 on your 11A Cassaday pair of planetary covers. Well, front and back cover. And yes, congrats, Alberto. We all appreciate seeing that one go to a good home. All right, well, we only have one more piece of art to look at. Your wife's favorite artwork in the house.
Oh man.
Sorry for the glare. My camera gives this. Road 51, page 1. I'm really not willing to discount this one.
I remember when we had you on that interview, you talked very fondly of the Rose story and your appreciation for Charles Vess.
Yeah, I love his artwork. This is the only one I've ever owned, and I can't come back to my wife saying I got less than what I put it up for.
All right, so we're sticking at 9,750 on that one, and it is beautiful. You're absolutely right, Nick.
Ben just pulled ahead. I'm more willing to deal now. Any other offers?
Dave, he knows how to be. Let's see. Jordan's offering you 3,000 just for the front cover of the planetary.
Really?
Yeah, it's Dueling Dealers. I mean, anything can happen. But yes, and you were at 37.50 for the pair, and Jordan's offering you 3,000 just for the front pencil piece with a little bit of ink around it. Want to keep them together?
I mean, who breaks up a double cover?
I don't know. Jordan is. He sees that as a potential there. I see what you're saying. I didn't even realize how they interlock like that, don't they? So
yeah, I mean, they literally wrap around the book together.
All right. And well,
I don't know, Jordan. I don't know. I don't want to do that.
You want to keep them together. And
I think I want to keep them together. But I would do 3,500 for both.
All right. So there you go, Jordan. So 3,500 for both. Let's keep them together. And Dave, you got an offer from Stingray on the McRae Mars Attacks.
I just accepted it.
And I see that. Yep. You did accept that one. Now that one was what number was that? That was lot 4A.
We need to be even.
4A.
For $500 to Stingray. I think Stingray's a first-time buyer on the chat too. We're going to show email addresses in a second, everybody, so you know whom to contact after the show is over, so you can get your invoices out and all that. So another $500 sale for Dave. All right.
Did Jordan hear my 3,500 for both?
He did. I have not seen a reply since it was the $3,500 back on the pair of them.
Oh, 800 for the Dawn from James.
There you go, Dave. You got another offer there. Now that was let's see, where were you at with the Dawn piece? You were at 1,000 for 5B. And James Siegel, who is a fan of Linsner, is coming in at $800 for that card art. What do you think?
Decisions. Yeah, why not? I'll take that.
Alrighty, so $800 on Dave's 5B to Mr. James.
James.
All right, published Dawn art. Yeah, you don't get too much published Dawn art out there. That is for certain. Yeah, it does not exist because Joe does not sell any of his interiors whatsoever. Probably never will.
Hey, Bill.
So, yes.
Jason had offered me 600 for the Chido Black Widow. Is that right?
That is correct.
Jason, I'll do 650.
All right, Jason D'Ambrosio, 650. Back to you on that 3B Chido Daredevil page with Black Widow on it. Wayne has a offer on the ball, and of course you were at $2,500, and Wayne is offering you $1,500 for it. Yes. So I don't know where you're sticking with that or not. Dave's still getting offers. 450 on his.
Dave, you're fielding offers left and right.
Mr. Naughty or Nice is offering you 450 on your 2A, which was the Amazing Spider-Man annual page.
Yeah.
$500.
I'll take that.
All right, 2A goes for 450.
My daughter just said, "Darn it, he's catching up."
Slowly but surely.
Yes, there's another 450 added on to Dave's score. So that's 9,300. Yep, creeping in there.
Pastor said I should buy the Travis Pepsi Man to even things out.
That's good thinking there, Kazra.
Pastor, the backstory of that Travis Pepsi is that during the auction, Dave and I were back with, should I buy it? Do you buy it? If it goes over this, I'm not buying it. If it goes under this, if it only ends here, you buy it. One of us had to have it. So, Castor will end up in my collection at some point, I'm sure.
If it doesn't sell tonight. So scores are accurate. Just a 2,175 point lead. Yes, that is 3,500 for an Art Adams cover. It is out there. Right? And the and like somebody pointed out, there was an auction recently that for just the one of his $500 convention pieces that went for 20.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a published cover.
Right. Exactly. And
it comes with all 4 variant covers and that free sketched XO50. So I threw some other stuff in there. Come on, people.
Hey,
what do I got to do to get you into a new page?
Anybody wants to do a deal right now, I'll throw in one of these.
The Linsner sold, Mr. Bulmer, and A. Williams is offering you $3,500 on the Zealot swimsuit, Dave, and you were at $4,500 on that one. I'm sure you remember.
I'd be willing to go as low as 4K on that, but that's such a premium rarity for Scott Williams to have like penciled and inked art like that from back in that period. So I can meet in the middle. And then I think I saw Wayne made an offer somewhere for the Bolin.
1,500 on the Bolin. I think you were at 2,500.
Oh yeah, that's too low. If anybody wants the Bolin tonight right now, I'd be willing to do it for $2,000. That's as low as that's gonna get. I've seen crappier ones sell for a lot more.
I completely agree with you. That's a really that is a very nice one. And a lot of times they're smaller. Yeah. I mean, he's done remarks and things. So what Larry's offering you $3K on the Art Adams.
If you do it, you win.
Oh, Larry. All right, what the hell?
Woo!
Man, all right. So that was your 9B going for $3,000 to Larry Tan.
Oh, Black Viper just put in 3,100.
Too late though. We already accepted
Black Viper.
It happens, but Larry got his offer in first.
Yeah.
And James Siegel is reminding you that you have to ship it in a FedEx box to Larry because Larry is very fond of storing all of his art in FedEx boxes. If you didn't know that, so he can always use more. So while everybody's thinking about throwing an offer in here or there, I want to make sure everybody is fully aware that the email addresses for both gentlemen are on the screen right over there. Do not wait till tomorrow, please. I'm begging you. Do not do it. You email both of these guys this evening before you sign off from the internet for the evening. Let them know which pieces you picked up, and they will. And I will please include your mailing address in that first email. As a guy who sells a lot of stuff on the internet first, and your mailing address. So I got all your information. So there we are. We have Dave as a victor. I don't even think we have a winning meme.
It's really been raining a lot in California. But when it comes to amateur dueling dealers, make it rain, baby.
I guess we did have a winning meme. I forgot about that.
Dave,
It's funny.
Oh,
Oh, thank you.
oh man. I mean, Dave, you're still wheeling and dealing, Dave.
Wait, hold on.
I'm still
Jordan.
trying, man.
Jordan. 3,500. 3,475 for the front and back cover.
Oh, no. So what do I got to offer on now?
Oh man. Yeah, Jordan. So 34.75, Jordan, for the pair of covers if you were interested. But yeah, so listen, this was a lot of fun. We get to see a lot of artwork that we don't normally get to see. I mean, this was a crammed full of 90s artwork and a lot of artists that we don't get to have on here too often. So this was good. And a Warren Kremer thrown in for good measure.
How often do you see a Warren Kremer Richie Rich cover?
Not too often on our shows, I can tell you that. Jordan is passing on that, but yeah, thank you. And Jordan will be on in a few weeks as well. But
Casper wants my crown to make it even.
That's unfair, Casper. You're playing favorites.
Class Casper, I'm shipping it to you. I'm shipping you. Casper made me win by $1.
Oh, we've had some early episodes of Dueling Dealers that were a lot like that. But anyways, listen, guys, this was great. I know this is a lot of fun. First timers, it's always you never know what to expect, but you guys did great.
Yep.
And the memes were fantastic, and all were spot on. And that Make It Rain was perfect. How did we not? We didn't play that one. It was perfect.
No, I didn't sell enough pieces like during the show. They were all in the chat while Ben was doing his thing. So
all that extra time, Dave.
Yeah, there was no time for memes. I was all side hustling there. So.
All right. Well, Alberto's got his email away to Ben, and everybody else, please get those emails out right away. We appreciate it. Thank you so much for tuning in. And again, more than anything, Ben, Dave, you can come back anytime you like. This was a lot of fun.
Thanks, Bill. We appreciate it.
This was fun. Yeah.
Very fun.
All right, everybody. Have a wonderful evening, and I'll be back at it tomorrow with the CAF update. But thanks for tuning in. Have a wonderful night.